61 degrees at 7:51. Time for Marketplace.
A court says a president can't just fire a member of America's central bank, which under law has a large degree of insulation from politicians, but this is not likely the final word.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Progressive Insurance, providing direct car insurance rates side by side with other insurance carriers. Customers can see rates and find an option that works for their needs. Now that's Progressive. Learn more at progressive.com.
I'm David Brancaccio in Los Angeles. Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook can stay in her job pending a possible legal appeal. A federal judge has now ruled that Cook can stay while she fights President Trump's efforts to fire her. Marketplace's Nancy Marshall-Genzer joins us now with more.
Well, David, last night, U.S. District Court Judge Gia Cobb issued a preliminary injunction barring President Trump from ousting Cook. So that means Cook can stay in her job while she fights her dismissal.
What did the judge have to say about assertions that Cook committed mortgage fraud?
Well, the judge said that Cook, quote, made a strong showing that her dismissal would violate the Federal Reserve Act. Now, that law says a Fed governor can only be removed for cause. The judge says that only refers to a Fed governor's behavior while in office, and Cook took out the mortgages in question before becoming a Fed governor. She's denied committing mortgage fraud.
Now, our central bankers, the Fed, they meet next week to possibly lower interest rates. Will Lisa Cook be at that two-day meeting?
As things stand right now, yes. In a statement to Marketplace, her lawyers say Cook will continue to carry out her sworn duties, adding that the ruling, quote, recognizes and reaffirms the importance of safeguarding the independence of the Federal Reserve. The White House also issued a statement, though, saying President Trump lawfully removed Lisa Cook for cause, and, quote, this ruling will not be the last say on the matter.
And meanwhile, the Trump administration's in the process of filling a separate vacancy on the Fed Board of Governors with White House economic advisor Stephen Miron.
Yeah, the Senate Banking Committee is scheduled to vote on Miron's nomination today. If he's approved by the committee, his nomination will go before the full Senate for a vote. That could happen quickly, so he too could be at next week's Fed meeting.
Nancy, thank you very much. There's news just now that wholesale inflation unexpectedly fell last month. The producer price index edged down 0.1%, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's up 2.6% in the year through August. Now, this will make it easier for the Fed to lower interest rates next week. This is pulling the benchmark 10-year interest rate down slightly now, 4.06%. The consumer price index comes tomorrow. Right now, S&P futures are up 0.5%. The key index on the Warsaw Stock Exchange down 1.7% now. This after Russian drones that entered Poland's airspace were shot down by Poland. It's believed this is the first time a NATO country has fired on Russian assets since Russia invaded Ukraine. Prior to that, yesterday, President Trump had called on China and India to apply a 100% tariff on Russian imports to pressure Russia on Ukraine. The Marketplace team has a free newsletter, The Daily Wrap. It brings all the day's news and numbers to your inbox each weekday evening. 5-minute Marketplace briefing, in fact. Read the latest issue and sign up for the Marketplace Daily Wrap. Marketplace.org/subscribe.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Odoo, offering software that provides building blocks for creating a custom software suite. Odoo, what businesses need. And by Avalara, providing cloud-based solutions for businesses to manage property tax compliance. Learn more at avalara.com/property-tax.
This is a record year for electric bills. In the first 6 months of the year, rate increases requested or put into force total about $29 billion nationwide. This according to the consumer advocacy group Powerlines. Part of this is rising demand for power and the need to maintain aging infrastructure. Jana Rose Schleiss reports on the business models of utility companies that can drive these price hikes.
Demand for electricity is rising, in part due to the expansion of power-hungry data centers. Many utilities are investing in new power plants, the cost of which ultimately get passed on to customers. When consumers don't like the price of gas, groceries, or a haircut, they can shop around for a cheaper option. Not so for electricity. Richard Hirsch at Virginia Tech says that's because utilities have pretty much always been monopolies.
In 1882, Thomas Edison built the first electric power plant that provided a large number of customers electricity in New York City.
In the early days of electricity, companies built power plants in cities with large customer bases.
The economies of scale in the utility industry enabled companies to produce cheaper and cheaper electricity and charge lower and lower rates in a way that would not occur in a competitive system.
To prevent price gouging, electrical utilities are regulated in each state. When companies want to raise prices or recoup investment costs, they present their case before regulators. And because utilities provide something that we all need, regulators want them to be viable.
To make sure that utility companies actually earned enough money to stay in business
without using their monopoly power to exploit their customers. These natural monopolies occur in industries that require large upfront investments. Severin Borenstein at UC Berkeley says there are also mechanical reasons it's easier for just one company to make or deliver electricity. Power lines.
If somebody's already running wires down your street, it's both economically inefficient and just a bad business idea to say we're going to spend a lot of money to do exactly what they're doing already.
The high costs of upgrading and repairing that aging infrastructure, which is especially vulnerable to increasingly severe weather, is one of the many factors causing high utility bills this year. In other industries, competition can lead to lower prices for customers. That hasn't yet been the case with utilities. Because of that infrastructure need, Borenstein says a retail market for electricity isn't likely anytime soon.
So basically, we need wires that go to everybody's house or company. And as long as that's the case, we're going to have monopoly utilities.
That used to be the case for phone lines, but cell technology meant more consumer choice for providers. But we haven't figured out how to get there with electricity just yet. I'm Jana Rose Schleiss for Marketplace.
And in our Breakfast of Champions category, there's news of a new Girl Scout cookie coming in 2026. It's Rocky Road ice cream inspired with chocolate and marshmallow in there. If that seems like a lot, just have one, not 17. In Los Angeles, I'm David Brancacho. It's the Marketplace Morning Report from APM, American Public Media.